welcome back. So you got a hint already of where we're headed on this softer side of things. We have joining us for this segment. He is Awade Friday, aka Last Prophet. Now, that's not all there is to him. He's also a serial entrepreneur, and he's also a politician, by the way. He's the Senior Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to Honorable Peter Akpanki. Last Prophet, thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. Please, can I be your PA? I mean, you're a stand-up comedian, a serial entrepreneur, and a politician. So would you employ me?
Please, I don't have that capacity.
How is Alphonsus, by the way? Where is he? He didn't come with you.
I will arrest him. Alphonsus is in prison as we speak. You know, because that guy traveled with a church key. And he's the reason my voice is like this. We went for a crusade. Alphonsus carried the speaker. Alphonsus off the speaker during the crusade. We will arrest him.
If you arrest him, I wonder what will happen to your church offering. But before we go into your...
That is the challenge I'm having. Alphonsus, somebody sowed seed in church. Alphonsus went to go and change the new 200 naira notes that they gave us seed. And I asked him, Alphonsus, are you into money changing business now? He said he wanted God to see the denomination, this denomination in 1,000 naira notes. That 200 naira note is too small for the Lord. I said, So Alphonsus, he has received a letter from my lawyer. So he'll be arrested.
Okay, so we'll find out what will happen to Alphonsus in the interim. Yeah. But we'll get into your creative process, and I'm curious about that. But why the name Last Prophet? I mean, God is still sending prophets out now. Last Prophet.
Now, the name Last Prophet was an inspiration I got in the early 2000s. You know, they will tell you we are in the last days. Jesus is coming very soon. The world is coming to an end. Mm-hmm. And coupled with the fact that I do more of the gospel comedy. Like I'm one of those few comedians that if I'm on your altar or in your church, pastors can go to bed. They will not hear foul language from me. You won't hear anything that will make you feel like somebody is offending God. There is no blasphemous comedy, and I do clean and classy humor. You know, so that's what makes me different. So the Last Prophet is because of my foundation and my background, because of the gospel sector that I was coming from, which I'm still very consistent in till today. No matter the stage I find myself, I don't do anything that is not gospel comedy. Yes.
And yeah. It's you know, the message beneath the content is profound, and I'd like you to speak to that. Initially, one would think that perhaps you have a score to settle with prophets, but there is more to what you're trying to put out, which is what I want you to speak to. You know, the seed sowing and you know, the comedy of it all.
Okay, I opinion that. Instead of the creative sector of the church losing their talented creatives in that unit, they should be properly encouraged and be given the platform. You know, that is why I use myself as a springboard to other comedians to say that you can still be clean as a comedian. You don't need to insult pastors, you don't need to insult God, you don't need to be blasphemous, you don't need to insult church before people know that you are funny. The Bible story is enough reason for people to laugh. Like sometimes I ask myself, how did Jonah tell the wife that he was in the belly of the fish for 3 days? That's enough joke, man. If it's in our recent time, I'm sure that marriage will not succeed. You know, so we need to understand that there's a difference between your talent, your religion, and also your personal.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
But you know, great message coming through from Last Prophet. about the propriety of comedy. Comedy can still be clean. Comedy can still be, broadcast worthy, and still pass out profound messages as well. I guess Last Prophet is back now.
Oh dear. Sometimes the technology is not necessarily that silver. So technology is not necessarily that silver bullet. But we'll try and see how we can reconnect with Last Prophet, the comedian, serial entrepreneur, politician. Yes. Before we get to before we get to play one other performance you did, Last Prophet, let's come back to you. We had a network connection from your end, I guess. Maybe people want to see what your eyes looks like, if it's not too much to ask. Prophet. Absolutely. Okay. You were saying something, so land on your thoughts and then I ask my question.
Yes, I said churches need to be comfortable with creatives when they visit their church. And that's why I stand in, and that's where I come from. I need to let our pastors know that not all comedians are vulgar, not all comedians are loose when they're in the presence of God. So that's what the name Last Prophet stands for. And I think there's nothing wrong with that, because some people think, oh, you're fighting the church, your name, Last Prophet, how can you be Last Prophet? That's not blasphemous.
Last
That's just a name.
How do you respond to the people that are saying, oh, it's a disdain to the altar of people that subscribe to the Christian faith, is jesting, is on all of those arguments? Because we've had this series of conflict as to some preachers saying it's not supposed to happen on the altar. Others are saying it's fine by it. Let's allow the creative work. How do you balance these differences in terms of perspective and opinions?
Okay, Jeff, thank you. Do you know that as a pastor, you must have a sense of humor? In short, I am one of those that I'm an advocate for sense of humor in every aspect of life. If you are preaching and your people are not seeing your message being soft, there are many pastors that preach and they add jokes to it. Is it not on the altar? Oh, it's because the title pastor is on them. So jokes on the altar becomes normal. No, it depends on the individual that is passing out the message, sir. So if a pastor can be preaching his message and people are laughing, even our Papa Adeboye, at some point there was a message he was preaching in Winners. People were laughing. There are many pastors that preach their message and people laugh alongside. So it doesn't mean that they are making jest of the church or they're making jest of the word of God. It depends on how the message comes out. All right, so
all right.
I don't know. That's my own opinion. That's
all right.
my opinion.
So before I throw in more questions, let's get to see one of your performances. I think this happened in Port Harcourt, where you spoke about. You say you're a gospel comedian. I'm also going to dwell on that for a moment. But let's take a look at this performance by you, I think, in Port Harcourt.
Ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you are going through in life, manage the problem where you get. Your problem feel big pass person who no your own small pass person who no. No jealous people's problem. Hello? Now so we did church, some people they shout, hey, pastor, I don't like my situation. I want God to help me. Let me have a good life. Now pastor say, okay, on Sunday service, we are going to do problem exchange service. All of you write your problem in a piece of paper and bring it to church. See problem now. Me what concern me, I just write family problem. Job who one girl write HIV, one write headache, one boy for bar write joblessness. Pastor say, put it inside the basket. When they put her, she shake. Father Lord. He said, begin to pray. As I pick a new problem, let it be permanent, Lord. Service scattered that day. They can't keep all the problem for basket. Now pastor say, all the prayer warriors come forward. Begin to speak in tongues. And you know, say, prayer when they pray with tongues, Satan know they understand. Now pastor say, pick new problem. Don't open it until you get to your seat. See girls, Mary, you dropped what? HIV. You. They don't want to say me. I dropped prostitution. Carry people. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. As they reach back, pastor say, begin to wave. Say, Lord, this problem shall be mine. as I open this problem, let it be something new. Now, from back, now we, hey! Daddy, wait, can I change the problem? Pastor said, what did you pick? It depends on what I drop, sir. So what did you drop? He said, I dropped headache. What did you pick? HIV. Pastor says, your problem. He said, Pastor, this service no go end, please.
All right, last prophet. Okay. Maybe you comment on this particular material you did. And also, I wanted to find out from you, branding yourself as a gospel comedian, won't that be limiting?
Yeah, it is though, but for me, I don't regret it. I've not regretted it at all, any bit, because there are some organizations, there are some companies that still prefer me, not just because I decide to stick to the gospel part of comedy, does not mean I cannot do other aspects of comedy. I can crack jokes for every audience, every occasion, no matter who those people are. God puts me before doctors, I know what to tell them. Puts me before pastors, professors, I know what to tell them. It's just because of the level of knowledge I have developed myself into. So I can fit into any area, any situation. But my key area is gospel.
And you know, some would say that your area of specialization and the fact that you're also into politics. As a matter of fact, your CV says you contested for Cross River State House of Assembly in 2019 and in 2023. So some would say that, you know, gospel, the faith and politics do not mix, particularly because of the murky waters of Nigerian politics. But you've recorded some successes in that area, currently serving as a special assistant to an honorable. Talk to us about how you combine both and still, you know, maintain the outlook of integrity.
Okay, you know, sometimes people send that message and say comedy or politics is for dirty people. If you must do politics, you have to get your hands soiled, you have to be a negative person. Those are all myths that are not true. You know, the Bible said that when the righteous is on the throne, the people rejoice. If all the righteous people take themselves out of politics, who is going to come into politics? All right, so for me, the challenge is even mixing the entertainment industry and politics. That should be the challenge. You know, as I speak to you today, I officially resigned from PDP today. Officially resigned from PDP, you know, because I have somewhere I'm looking up to, I'm going up next, you know. So the concern should be the personality of this person. What does he intend to achieve as a creative going into the political sector? I tell people I am not a professional politician. I'm only a professional who is interested in politics. And I brought my wealth of knowledge and experience from the entertainment industry of over 15 years into the into the political sector. And they are seeing the results. You know, so I've always been impactful anywhere I find myself.
And in addition to that, you've also been able to create an ecosystem in your home state, Cross River, with, you know, some of the entrepreneurial schemes that you've put in place besides your comedy. But, you know, Jeffrey asked this question of our guest yesterday, and I'm asking same of you. How is it that, you know, you have not eyed, you know, the commercial nerve center as, you know, the ideal place, the entrepot for your comedy enterprise to thrive, but you're finding space in, you know, somewhere far off, where some would say the jobs are not necessarily there?
Yeah. You know, I believe that no matter where you find yourself, money will find you. If you have what it takes for people to look for you, they will look for you. From Calabar, I go to Lagos, I go to Abuja, I go to Port Harcourt, I go to Ghana. You know, there is virtually no state in Nigeria I have not gone to do comedy or MC weddings or MC one event or one concert or the other. So it doesn't matter where you find yourself. I believe so. I believe that no matter how interior you are in location, with the right products and the right contacts, you can go to anywhere in the world. If we all go to Lagos, who will be in Calabar, who will be in Warri, who will be in Port Harcourt, who will be in Asaba, who will be in Ibadan. So Lagos should be decentralized. It is the hub of African entertainment, but from our individual locations, we can still make it work. In Calabar, I've trained over 15 comedians plus. Ode was once on your station. He was once a guest on your station. He was one of my products. I trained him. He lived with me for 3 years before he left Calabar. And so I do talent hunts that have discovered so many comedians. And if I see a good comedian, I can tell this person is good because I'm funny. I'm funny.
All right.
It's difficult for me to be cracking jokes everywhere.
All right.
I tell people there is no need being funny if it's not bringing money.
All right. So we're totally out of time. I've warm regards to Alphonsus. Thank him for us on our behalf for aiding your very, very wonderful comedy content.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Channels TV. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
All right. That's our offering for today,
Yeah, that's our
Jeffrey.
offering for today. And we hope you had a good time. We're going to be back tomorrow. Super Eagles will be playing against Benin Republic. But also, President-elect Trump is going to be meeting with Biden. He's making some appointment. Are you aware that Elon Musk, as well as Vivek, they have appointments in the government of Donald Trump? So,
Wonder.
Top of the hour, we're going to bring you Sunrise Daily. Thank you for watching. I'm Jeffrey. Bye-bye.
And Channels TV will be covering all those stories for you. So stay with us through the day, and always, I am Bukola Koka.